Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a recent event with Taehyung and of course a paparazzi or news reporter. This is someone he interacted with recently. I think you'll enjoy that moment. I'm always amazed to kind of see celebrities' reactions with paparazzis and news reporters. I think V's reaction is very telling to what type of person that he is. We also have letters or notes to an ex-girlfriend, ex-lover. I want to talk about this and kind of give my thoughts on it, as well as what was said to the former partner. I have some thoughts and opinions on both of these, and of course if you do too, make sure you just pause the video and then go down and leave your comments and your thoughts. We can have a little debate. This is a two-way conversation, y'all. So let's get into the tea here. If you are new here and interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is of course V and how he is around paparazzi. Now I don't know much about Korean paparazzi, what the laws are, everything like that. I don't know what the laws are in terms of what they can treat the celebrity like. I would actually imagine there probably isn't that many strict laws on that. It's just Korean citizens and Korean workers have common sense, and also their culture is based around respect. So they're not just going to do things that are very disrespectful. Like you're not just going to jump in front of a celebrity's car just to get a picture. Whereas in America, things like that happen with American paparazzi. Where I do believe currently there are laws for American paparazzi on what they can and cannot do. Like obviously they're not allowed on private property, which I believe is a newer law that they created. Like it wasn't something that was always a law. Look what happened to Britney Spears. Whereas in Korean law, I don't think something like that needed to be made. I think they always just knew not to do that. So my thought is when BTS or V is in Korea while paparazzi is going about getting their pictures, paparazzi is considered annoying to them, but that's just it. It's just annoying. They still treat the celebrity like a human being. And probably it's seen like an actual job, like being a paparazzi, where here in America it's not actually seen like as a respectable job. You're seen as attacking the celebrity. Basically what I'm saying is I don't think BTS or V has any hate towards the paparazzi in Korea. And to be honest, I don't see too many paparazzi photos of BTS in America. I feel like American paparazzi just don't get BTS. They just don't bother with BTS, or perhaps BTS has better security than some of the other American celebrities, which is why paparazzi don't go near them. But there was this recent video of V, Taehyung, or Zaddy, whichever you prefer to call him. He was at the airport. There was this paparazzi that came up to V and tried to get a little video of him. There were a lot of paparazzis there, like it looked insane. But this one got the closest to V. The paparazzi was extremely gentle, as you can see. He didn't push V. He didn't shove the camera in his face. I mean, he was close, but he didn't shove the camera right into V's face. He treated V like a human being that he just wanted to record. And V kept walking and the paparazzi followed alongside with V. The paparazzi was about to hit kind of a metal pole. This is like a metal pole that has like a black belt on it, and it's usually used for people waiting in line. So the paparazzi was basically going to hit that just because he was looking into the monitor and obviously focusing on what the camera was seeing rather than focusing on where he was walking. Now, as I said, in America, if a paparazzi does get hurt or injured, the celebrity usually doesn't care because that paparazzi was probably annoying. And oftentimes the paparazzi is there to make up stories. Like if the celebrity engages or talks to the paparazzi in any way, the celebrity will be on the news tomorrow for some crazy story. So obviously the celebrity chooses not to interact. But V saw the man almost run into a metal pole. He pushes his arms out and in return pushes the paparazzi away from him and away from the pole, and of course prevents him from getting injured. Now it might not seem like a big deal, but if the paparazzi runs into the pole and the pole gets knocked over, the paparazzi man then gets tangled up in the black belt. Now I know this happens because it's happened to me before. Not only does it hurt, but it is embarrassing. So V saved this man from getting embarrassed and from getting injured. And usually if paparazzi does hurt themselves, the celebrity doesn't care because it stops the recording. So now the paparazzi can't spin a bad story, but it seems like V doesn't care. Maybe because he knows that there's nothing there to spin and that his reputation is good, but also maybe he cares about someone as a human being. He cares more about that person than he does care about his own reputation. Do you get what I'm saying? But also he's very aware. Think about that. Like there's a few examples of V doing this. This isn't the first time. V saved a child's life before. I think I talked about this previously. There was this child that was following a mother and I believe had the mother's hand. And of course the mother, along with a huge crowd of people, was following V. The child for some reason let go of the hand or something like that happened and of course got lost back into the crowd, and the crowd is still moving forward walking towards V. If V didn't stop, the child would have gotten trampled or whatever. V noticed this right away and stopped, and of course waited for the mother to find the child first and then continued walking, which of course stopped the crowd. That could have been a horrible, horrible thing, and V was very aware of what was going on. that he was able to react in this way and do that. So I'm definitely surprised, and very surprised, when I see how self-aware V is. Because in that moment, if there were 50,000 cameras on me as I was walking through the airport, I would imagine, because obviously I have never been in that situation before, but I would imagine you would get a little self-conscious. You'd be worried about yourself more so than you can think about anyone else, making sure you didn't make a wrong move or anything like that. But it not only seems like V is very aware, he seems very comfortable with the cameras, and he's also worried about everyone else's safety. I guess it comes with practice and maybe being used to drawing large crowds, because they draw large crowds wherever they go. Perhaps a lot of the BTS boys have learned to be kind of hyper aware of everything and more aware when they're walking outside and try their best to make sure everyone's comfortable and no one gets injured. You know, he could be that person that's like, ha, peasants, go get injured over me, but he is not. V is a great guy, and I hope one day he finds someone he can share that love with, where he gets to put all that love into someone. He deserves that. Suga is someone who recently came out and decided to talk about his love life with a former girlfriend of his. This was reportedly talked about by several news sources, and of course a lot of people on Twitter were talking about it as well. I really thought this was a cute story. Apparently when Suga was in middle school, he sent a letter to a local radio station. He mentioned how embarrassed he was that he was writing this letter to the radio station that he listened to. Wow, does anyone still listen to the radio? Outside, of course, being in their car. I don't think I've listened to the radio in a long time. I usually put a podcast on, or sometimes I stream the music on my phone. Suga talked about the girl that he dated in middle school, someone who he was initially too shy to talk to. Can you imagine our Yoongi all shy and stuff? He really is a teddy bear. He continued to talk about how he got so much closer with this girl in terms of friends, and then eventually he told her that he wanted to be more than friends. Don't we all? Except I don't have lovers or that many friends. Apparently they did end up dating, but Suga was so nervous and awkward around her that it made the relationship really uncomfortable. My guess is, you know how middle school boys are. They start hitting or they start being weird, whatever, especially around girls, and they eventually break up. But obviously, usually a lot of people end up breaking up with their middle school lover anyway. Imagine if they were still dating. Be a very cute love story though. Suga did say that he felt deserted as a result of the breakup. Suga even at that time understood why they were breaking up and everything like that. Even back then he was an understanding, good behaved boy. He wrote how he was very sorry for treating her the way he treated her, and that she must have felt so hurt by his behavior. I'll put kind of the English translation of the letter on the screen. You can just pause the video here if you wish to kind of read the letter and everything that he said. It's very, very long. And he clearly spent a lot of time and a lot of energy writing this, pouring his feelings into it. Which, I mean, it was a middle school crush. It's rare for someone to be in middle school together and then now they're still together. Suga then said he is obviously very happy for the memory. It's a very cute and loving memory. It definitely shows that Suga had a good time in middle school. He was probably loved and super cared for. Maybe he was quite popular too. I imagine he was very cute in class. I can't relate to this though. All the girls came together and ranked me as the ugliest boy in class in middle school. So I don't have great memories in middle school. That is a true story, by the way. To be quite honest, I was extremely ugly in middle school. So I don't blame them. I hope Suga can find kind of a new lover one day. Or I know he'll find a new lover one day. And hopefully not treat them very awkwardly. I would imagine he's been in relationships before BTS, just because he's a bit older than obviously Jungkook. And obviously Suga probably got to have kind of a little bit of a normal life before BTS, which is very cool. I like that. We love that for him. I hope to see more of these letters. I wonder if he ever wrote more to other significant others. He should, without a doubt, publish those letters, make it into a little book. I would buy it and read it. But I definitely wanted to go online and kind of see if anyone else had any thoughts about this. About Suga's letter to an ex. Perhaps they wish they could be that ex, mood. Or probably wonder how that ex must feel now that she used to date someone who is now in the most popular boy band in the world. One person on Twitter wrote, "Remember when Yoongi wrote a letter to his ex-girlfriend and it reached into radio? She is the luckiest girl ever. She makes the savage boy fall in love with her. I'm curious on how Suga acted as a boyfriend, but as I can see in the letter, he is very sincere and very sweet. I'm very curious how Suga is as a boyfriend. I do think he would be quite a gentleman. He's obviously very smart and kind. I'm very attracted to men who can be mean if they need to be, i.e. they can stand up for themselves or be aggressive when things are bad, but is generally nice and tries their hardest to be kind. That alongside being smart and ambitious is the most attractive thing I can ever ask for. You can literally be 70, 80 and bald, and that would be super attractive to me. Basically, I feel like Suga is all of those things, except he is really attractive. I thought he was visuals when I first saw the group. He literally looks like a teddy bear. We also have others who felt sad kind of reading the letter. They wrote, "Sees Suga's letter to his ex. Me right now." And that is a picture of Jimin being sad. I feel the same way. It's a pretty well written, lovely note. It's just beautiful. Sorry, beautiful. I hope people can take inspiration from the letter. A lot of BTS's audience is younger, so hopefully the younger boys will read this and learn how to take care of their girl when they're in middle school, of course, and then be able to see how they should treat someone. It's always good when a celebrity kind of comes out and tells people how they've made mistakes, how they wish they could have done better, because it does help. Even if it's just one person that you've changed the mindset of, like one little boy who reads the letter, that does matter. Anyway, let me know what you think about this and let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over to my Patreon and kind of check everything out and contribute anything you can over there. Anything you can contribute over there really does help kind of make the channel better, really helps me put more time into these videos and make them better and all that stuff. You can also get exclusive content over there, so there's music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions, all that stuff on my Patreon. You can also request things and all that. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check it. There's also 2 videos that will pop up on the end of the screen on this video, so make sure you click on one of those videos and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I would